We're going to turn now to the phone hacking scandal in Great Britain, and new questions today about Piers Morgan, a former newspaper editor there who now hosts a show on CNN. One of his former reporters is pointing the finger directly at him a day after Morgan was forced to answer some tough questions. NBC's Stephanie Gosk is live in London with more on that story. Stephanie.
Good morning, Miko. These hearings have been going on for 5 weeks. The sitting British judge has heard a litany of questionable tabloid tactics, including illegal phone hacking, the sifting through of celebrities' garbage, as well as high-speed paparazzi chases. It's really been a chance to hold reporters and their bosses to account. This time, it was Piers Morgan's feet being held to the fire. Before taking over for CNN's Larry King or judging contestants on America's Got Talent, Piers Morgan was a newspaperman, an editor of two of London's biggest tabloids, the Daily Mirror and Rupert Murdoch's now defunct News of the World.
I would say the average editor is probably aware of about 5% of what his journalists are up to at any given time.
I think you were the
Morgan testified via a video link from Los Angeles. He denied any knowledge of illegal phone hacking.
Have you listened to recordings of what you knew to be illegally obtained voicemail messages?
I do not believe so, no.
Well, you either did or you didn't. I don't think it's a question of belief.
Today, a former business reporter for the Daily Mirror who went to jail for insider trading says hacking regularly took place while Morgan was editor.
I would say that it was very unlikely that he didn't know that it was going on because, as I've said, there wasn't very much he didn't know about.
During his testimony, Morgan was repeatedly asked how he heard a phone message Paul McCartney left for his then-wife Heather Mills as their marriage was falling apart.
Well, I can't discuss where I was played that tape or who played it, because to do so would be to compromise a source.
There were moments when the CNN anchor acknowledged that he was aware of some unsavory, if not illegal, tactics. Elton John's bank statements were rummaged from the trash by a reporter nicknamed Benji the Bin Man.
Did I think he was doing anything illegal? No. Did I think it was on the cusp of unethical? Yes.
And there was the photo of Princess Diana, made to look as if she was kissing Dodi Fayed in 1997.
It was a very silly thing to have done.
In his closing statement, the man who made his start in newspapers defended them and criticized the judge and his hearings.
I do think that there has to be a better balance here, because a lot of the very good things that the newspapers were doing in those periods and continue to do are not being highlighted at all.
But this inquiry and also the criminal investigation that is ongoing is not about what good the newspapers are doing. It's about reining in an industry that a lot of people in this country believe has been operating above the law. And there are many journalists here in the UK, London specifically, that think when this all wraps up sometime next year, there are going to be some new rules. Mika?
All right, Stephanie Gosk in London, thank you very much.
I'll tell you, you look at James Murdoch's testimony, you look at Piers Morgan's testimony, it looks like these people, Mike, are walking on a thin tightrope.
Just the clips of that testimony are preposterous. A newspaper editor who says he only knows 5% of what his journalists are up to. I mean, what was he doing as newspaper writer?
Nobody believes.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right.
The fact is that the odd thing is about the two cultures, about our press culture and their press culture. I'm not at all surprised that there was hacking going on, and I'm confident that there was a lot more than even that we've heard about at this point, because it's Katie bar the door over there in the tabloid world, and the Brits who come here say, you're all a bunch of imprisoned liberals, you know, that you don't want to do what really is required to be a great journalist. On the other hand, they've got all those press rules over there. They've got the press council in which you can win libel suits and a lot of other things, so it's an odd mix of things that it's going on.
Yeah.